Hey everybody, Civic this here again to talk to you about what I bought and what I watched today. Today's going to be a pretty quick update since I bought one and only watched one, but let's get down to it. Today I picked up The Monkees Season 2, and it's about time I finally got a hold of this. Back when Rhino first released the first two seasons of The Monkees, which came with these really cool box sets, I unfortunately bought the first season and I never got around to buying the second season. They were listed pretty high. They were about $50 a piece pretty much anywhere you looked. And at that price, I really didn't even want to buy the first one. It was way out of my price range, but I did end up splurging a little bit and got the first season. But because of the price, I never ended up picking up the second season. I thought maybe someday I'd get it for Christmas or a birthday, or I'd use a gift card or something like that to pick it up. But I just never got around to getting it. It eventually went out of print, and then of course online it skyrocketed up to like a few $100s to get the second season. So I thought at that point, I'm screwed. I will never get the second season of The Monkees. I was kicking myself for years on that one. I thought I really should have picked it out when it was out. I'll probably never have it. Then luckily, Rhino announced about a few months back that they were finally re-releasing, I should say, the first and second seasons of The Monkees, which, of course, I was very excited about. And when I heard that announcement, I knew I was definitely picking up the second season. I did wait a few months, hoping the price maybe drop, or I'd come across it like Target or Walmart or something like that for a bit cheaper. Unfortunately, that never happened. I think I ended up paying $29.99 for this, which is a bit more than I normally pay. I normally don't pay more than $10 a season. But since this is something I really, really wanted, and like I said, for years now I've been kicking myself, I never picked this up, and the last thing I want is for this to go out of print again, so I figured the hell with it, I'll pay the $30, I'll splurge a little bit, and I'll definitely pick this up. Very happy to finally have this in the collection now. There were only ever 2 seasons of The Monkees, so now I have the entire series, and I'm a huge fan of The Monkees. I grew up watching them as a kid. My aunt got me really hooked on them. She actually taped on VHS, taped the entire series of television for me. So I used to watch The Monkees all the time when I was a kid. I'm just a huge fan. I love their music. I cannot get enough of The Monkees. So to have the entire series now makes me extremely happy. Again, splurged a little bit, but it was definitely worth it. So that's what I bought today, so now into what I watched. And originally I was going to watch something St. Patrick's related, since today is St. Patrick's Day. But in the end, I just wasn't in the mood. Usually I watch one of the Leprechaun movies every year, but I've seen the entire series about 100 times. And as much as I do love the Leprechaun movies, I need a little bit of a break. I think I need to go a couple years without watching them, because just watching them every year, it's just, you know, there's some movies that I don't mind watching every year. But then there's some movies that I try to do that, and I kind of almost sort of get sick of them. So I need to just take a break from the Leprechaun series for now. I mean, fantastic movies. I love the cheesiness of them. I love just great cheeseball horror movies. They are fantastic. Except for Leprechaun 4 in Space. I actually did not really care for that movie at all. But again, I need to put the franchise just aside for a few years and then get back into it. And I was thinking of watching Dobie O'Gill and the Little People, but again, I just really wasn't in the mood to watch that. So instead, I checked out Undercover Blues, which, I mean, Dennis Quaid, he's part Irish, so I guess that counts. This movie, I was really excited to get to watch. I thought it was going to kind of be sort of like, almost like a kindergarten cop type of thing, or like Twins or something like that, sort of like an action comedy. And it was, but it wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be. It was certainly a fun movie, and I would definitely recommend it if you're into those types of films. But in the end, it wasn't quite what I expected. One of the problems with this movie is the fact that both Dennis Quaid and Kathleen Turner are very much trying to kind of be very sarcastic and very full of themselves, and every situation they get themselves into, they have some smart-ass comment for, and they just do their little moves, and nothing ever bothers them, basically, and they're just one step ahead of everybody all the time. They're just really cocky. And at first, you're kind of okay with it, and then towards, maybe 20 minutes in the movie, you're kind of like, alright, let's tone the cockiness down a bit. Maybe something should get to you every now and then, or maybe the bad guy should, get a hand on you, or something, not just like, oh, we're the best, I guess they're CIA agents, like the best CIA agents ever. No, I mean, tone it down a little bit. That was getting a little on my nerves. There was never any suspense. You never really kind of felt for the characters because they were just so cocky, and everything they apparently did was just so great, and they were always just ahead of everybody. I've seen movies like that where there's characters like that, and sometimes it does work, but in this case, not so much. But that being said, it didn't necessarily ruin the movie. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't like so over the top that you wanted to like turn the movie off, but it was a little much at times. Also, I have a hard time seeing Dennis Quaid and Kathleen Turner together. It just didn't seem like a real match. I mean, I'm sorry. Kathleen Turner, I know some people find her attractive. No, I'm sorry. Even Jessica Rabbit, you know, a lot of people are like, Jessica Rabbit's the hottest cartoon character ever. She's drawn very well, but it's Kathleen Turner doing the voice, and that's just always turned me off. So I had a hard time seeing them together. There's also a bunch of scenes where, you know, they never take their baby out of danger, and this adds to the cockiness too. They have this baby, and they never really, I mean, they never actually ever try to get it out of the way of danger. They're always like, you know, they always have it with them. They never really put them aside. There is one time when they have some of their friends watch the kid while they're doing a little mission, but the only reason why they did that is because they actually used a fake kid, they had a doll that kind of looked like a baby. They used that as a diversion. So that's the only reason why the baby wasn't in that scene. If they wouldn't have used that diversion, I guarantee you they would have had that kid on them. So that sort of bothered me too. It's, you know, it's a little baby. They should try to get out of harm's way, but no, they're so cocky and they're so great and they're so wonderful. They can do anything and they're the best agents in the world. No bad guy's ever going to get a hand on them. That, you know, I guess they felt that their baby wasn't in any danger. You know, again, that just added to the cockiness and sort of bugged me a little bit. But all in all, it was a decent movie. It was an early 90s just sort of action comedy, and for that, I would recommend it if you're into those type of movies. Don't be expecting anything as good as, let's say, again, like Kindergarten Cop. It wasn't quite to that level, but it was a fun movie. It is worth watching. I'd recommend it. So that's it for my bullet and what I watched today. Very excited about finally getting Season 2 of The Monkees. Again, I'm a huge fan of that show, and I've wanted to own the second season now for a very, very long time. So the fact that that's in my collection now, that is a milestone for me. I mean, that's definitely one of the gems now of my collection. Also watching Undercover Blues, I did enjoy it. I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it had its issues. There's some things that they could have maybe made better, but in the end, it had its funny moments. It was enjoyable. And if you like early 90s action comedies, it is worth checking out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see what I bought and what I watch tomorrow. See ya.